This is the fencing that separates the U.S. from Mexico, and we are in the southwest corner of the Otay mountain range. You can see how high-tech the coastal interceptor vessel is here, fully equipped with radars and sensors, all just more tools to help agents catch and stop drug smugglers. She credits that decision for saving her life. And get this, Greg, she says she doesn't even know his name, so a lot of heroes did step up, and we may never even know who they are. You can see miles and miles of this concertina wire that Marines will later add to this concrete and rebar here to create this. I'm so happy to hear that your home survived, but this is a very tough situation. All this devastation around you. What's going through your mind? How are you holding up?
Not very well.
It's very hard to see because there's so much smoke in the area, but we have 1, 2, 3 trucks here right now. Firefighters trying to just hold the line and make sure these flames do not jump across to the property over on this side where more homes are right now. I just got done with my flight with the Patriots jet team, and I have to tell you, it was an incredible experience. My stomach does feel a little bit like it's in my chest. The rain is really starting to pick up, and take a look. The water is starting to just rush in and turn this street of Lakecrest Drive into a river right now. You can see how much water is building here, but here is what county crews are doing to help. They have put down hose here to pump this water out and divert it elsewhere. President Trump says he plans to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, but has not yet set a date. Meanwhile, other countries have indicated they may also follow suit. In Bethlehem, I'm Liberty Zabala. We are at the fabrication site here in Otay Mesa, where you can see miles and miles of this concertina wire that Marines will later add to this concrete and rebar here to create this. These barriers that can eventually be used to block off lanes into the U.S. if needed. You can see the heightened military presence as soon as you enter the U.S.
It's sad. What this looks like is sad. It doesn't make any sense.
Get as close as you can and then just start working your way this way.
1,100 Marines deployed to the U.S.-Mexico border to support customs and border protection here in San Diego, all in preparation of a caravan carrying thousands of migrants seeking asylum. Analysts on the Pentagon estimate that all of this right here, the entire deployment, is going to cost $200 million, maybe more. Is this an effective use of military resources and taxpayer money?
As far as that question is concerned, I'm not designed or able to answer that question because it's not my place. Our place is not to think about fiscal restraint. That's for Congress. We've been asked us to do a job, and that's what we're here to do.
Some say their presence is needed.
I trust my military, and I have faith in them, and I support them.
The Marines are not armed. They are protected by Army military police, but they are not expected to come in contact with any migrants that come into San Diego. CBP is expecting this migrant caravan to carry about 4,000 migrants. And to give you some perspective, CBP apprehended 7,000 migrants just last month alone. In Otay Mesa, Liberty Zabala, NBC7. Life has darkened for Palestinian and former San Diego local Lena Ode.
I'm not hopeful. It's scary.
After President Trump recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. But former Encinitas local and Israeli Jeremy Danzig sees life in Israel much brighter.
It's good to know that there are people that are still on the side of truth.
Both left their lives in San Diego for one smack dab in the middle of a decades-long conflict. Lena traded a cushy life in La Jolla to become a teacher in a land now riddled with protests and tear gas.
Sometimes the front line comes to you.
Driving through the Palestinian refugee camps in the West Bank, she is frustrated by seeing more Israeli settlements pop up in land disputed to be Palestine. She says Palestinians are being pushed out.
They're just taking one more thing.
On the opposite side, Jeremy says Israelis have a right to the land.
A Jew is not building a settlement, he's building a Jewish community in his ancestral indigenous homeland.
Soon, he will trade his football jersey for a uniform. He signed up to serve as a soldier in the Israeli Defense Force.
My father join the army, and my grandfather did it.
Israelis like him praised the move. Posters went up in downtown Jerusalem in support of President Trump. Their stories join in one place, where security walls, checkpoints, and ideologies divide two territories just a few miles apart.
We need to find a way that we can live together, that we can coexist.
Lena teaches at a university in Ramallah, where protests have turned violent and deadly.
You're angry and you just get out there and you get in the streets.
Cinder blocks still scatter near checkpoints where protesters and Israeli forces clash. A force Jeremy will soon join in March. But these two San Diegans found their calling here.
To contribute to ideas academically, to be a part of something greater than just existing under occupation.
One as a teacher, the other as a soldier.
To have equal rights, sovereignty, self-determination, just like any other people in the world.
Both hoping for a peaceful future. Until then, neither will give up on their new home. President Trump says he plans to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, but has not yet set a date. Meanwhile, other countries have indicated they may also follow suit. In Bethlehem, I'm Liberty Zabala. Joe Herrick says he would do it all over again if he had to. He told me about how he risked his own life by rushing into the burning corrals of the San Luis Rey Downs behind me to save his horses trapped inside.
So all her skin is burnt and peeling off, kind of like mine.
Burnt?
We're at the same stage.
But not beaten.
How you doing, lovely?
Joe Herrick and his prized filly almost have matching wounds from the day they narrowly escaped the lilac fire.
I've been through a lot of fires, but I've never seen anything like this. And the palm trees just exploded like Roman candles and started throwing debris everywhere.
Joe ran towards the fire, swallowing up San Luis Rey Downs, desperate to save his 8 horses, including Lovely Finish. He battled a hurricane of fire, and at one point, he says, a ball of flames struck them both.
You know, you're just kind of in shock and horrified at the same time.
Despite his efforts,
You know.
Joe regrets not saving them all. 6 of his horses
It was,
died in the flames.
I was just really distraught.
With tears in their eyes, both are determined to walk this road to recovery together. Even in the hospital, Joe beat the odds.
But I think all those prayers, I mean, I was out in 12 days, and I feel like, you know, I'm a walking, talking miracle.
But as the smoke clears, Joe sees Lovely Finish as his miracle.
You know, she's racing fit, so.
She is far from the sight of strength and speed from a month before. At this Del Mar race where she galloped fast from behind to finish second place at her very first race.
Like a phoenix, we're gonna rise out of those ashes.
And if Joe's and Lovely Finish's determination has anything to do with it, it won't be her last.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, so we'll be awfully tough when we come back.
To learn how to donate or help Joe and Lily Finish in their recovery, just head to my Facebook page at facebook.com/libertyzabala.